You guys, I had a vet emergency yesterday. Everybody's okay. And it was for Oatmeal. Oatmeal, her udder was swollen yesterday. Which is weird because she's never been bred before, so she shouldn't have an udder. But it was swollen and like kind of hard, and we were like, what's going on? And so I talked to my neighbor, and he was like, she's got mastitis. And I learned about mastitis way back when I was doing dairy goats, because pregnant lactating goats get mastitis often. It's like an infection in their udder. But I did not know that goats that weren't pregnant could get mastitis. A lot of it is genetic. Sometimes it can also be that like they got bacteria, or bacteria got into their teat. But her udder was swollen and like kind of hard. And so I called a new vet, and they got out there within 2 hours, which I wasn't like freaking out on the phone. I wasn't like, my goat's dying, hurry, you know, because she's fine. Like she's eating, drinking. It's just, she's probably uncomfortable. And a vet came out and milked her. Did anybody know that animals can produce milk without being pregnant? This is a goat that's never lactated in her life. I got her when she was like 4 months old. But he must have milked like half a cup to a cup of milk out of her udder. And I told them, I was like, I didn't know that that was possible. Because with cows, like, maybe there's a possibility with some cows that they can lactate just like because of a genetic hormonal thing. And I guess that's true with humans, right? Like humans can have pseudo pregnancies and lactate, right? She just let him do that? No, there were 2 vet techs restraining her. So anyway, he milked her, and then gave her an antibiotic shot. She's on pain meds. Oh my god, I gave her pain meds yesterday. You know how Oatmeal, I don't know if you know this. Oatmeal doesn't really care about food. Like she's not nearly as food motivated as the other goats. She just doesn't care. And so I had to give her pain meds, and so I was like, I'm just gonna shove it down her throat because she's not gonna take it with grain, especially because we did their vaccines yesterday, me and Connor. CDT vaccines, we did all their hooves yesterday, so she already got restrained to like get a vaccination and get her hooves done. So she's pissed at everybody. And then we have the vet come out. The vet restrains her and milks her, and then gives her another shot. And I was like, she's not just gonna come up and like take grain from my hand. She's like pissed off. So I was like, I'm just gonna shove the pain meds down her throat. So I did that, and I'm dumb as hell, and I forgot that goats have teeth in the back of their mouth. So in the front of their mouth, let me show you. The goat teeth that I'm used to are like, well, this is a terrible. Okay, this is what you're used to when you see goat teeth, right? Is like, there's teeth on the bottom, not on the top, right? In the front of their mouth. What you might not know is this is what goat teeth look like in the back of their mouth. So they have teeth on the bottom, but then if you get far enough back, it's like horses too. You get far enough back, they have these really sharp, like, teeth that they use for breaking down foliage, branches. So they're really sharp and really strong. And so I stuck my finger down her throat to put the pills in her throat, and I just got by like the first 2 of these sharp teeth. It hurt. You can't tell, but it's deeper than it looks. It's just so, it's such a like a narrow cut. It's on both sides. This was like the top of her teeth and this was the bottom. But it's like a hole. But it's such a narrow, because they're so sharp. It's such a narrow cut that it's not like open. Anyway, so that was yesterday. So they did a blood test as well on Oatmeal to see if she has mastitis, and to see if she has CAE or CL or what's going on here. And then they're finding me tubes. This is crazy. She got an injection, right? of antibiotics, but those antibiotic injections don't do very well at penetrating the udder. Best, thank you for the sub. Sound of Salem, thank you for the sub. The injections don't do very well at penetrating the udder with antibiotics, so they're getting tubes for me. And I don't know if it's because they came to an animal sanctuary or if it's because I said too many goat buzzwords or whatever. I don't know why they think that I feel comfortable doing this, but they're like, oh, we'll just source the tubes for you. And I have to put tubes up her teats, like a tube up each teat, and pump antibiotics directly into her udder, which just sounds like a terrible time. And I really don't want to do that. But Connor's gonna help me, so I guess it'll be fine. I called my neighbor and I told him that what was going on. And my neighbor, like, if a goat has mastitis, he's just gonna send it off to auction. Because he raises meat goats, and it's like way more efficient to do that than treat them for mastitis and put tubes up their teats and whatever. And I told him, I was like, oh, I'm having a vet come out, and he gave her an antibiotic shot and pain meds, and they told me to buy a head of cabbage and hold cabbage leaves up to her teats 3 times a day. Which, for the record, I'm not gonna do that. Apparently, cabbages draw out bacteria. And so they're like, if she'll let you, you can hold cabbage leaves up to her teats 3 times a day. And I was like, she won't. And I'm not gonna restrain her 3 times a day to hold cabbage up to her udder. But yeah. When I told my neighbor I was calling a vet, I told him which vet. And he was like, 25 years ago, I had them come out and the vet was incompetent. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I already called them. They're already on their way, so let's hope that they're not. And then I called him after the vet visit and I, like, told him what had happened. And he was like, how old was the vet? I was like, I'm telling you, he was probably not even 5 years old when you saw this veterinarian last. Like, the dude was, like, maybe 30. He was so young. The man can hold a grudge. I'll give him that. Young, you say? Mick, how old actually are you? Because I've never even asked. I just jumped on the bandwagon of bullying. Blocks, thank you for the tier 1. You're only 31? Are you lying? What do you mean only? Mick, you're gonna hate this. Everybody makes the joke that Mick is so old. Everybody's always joking about Mick being old. I thought you were like 45. Like, if you asked me to guess, I think I would have been like, I don't know, like 40, 45, 50. Why do you guys make jokes about Mick if he's 31? I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. And I've only talked to you on voice like 1 time for work, and I couldn't tell how old you were because you have an accent. I'm gonna stop doxing Mick now. Anyway, I'm really sorry about that. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Wow, you guys really did him dirty with that one. That's like everyone's age here. Man, that's so crazy. I thought you were old. Anyway, I'm 18. We are not the same. Are you 18? 21. I'm 15. You're joking. I swear on my life I'm 18. Shoo-wee. Could be the best or worst years of your life, buddy. Be careful.